Here, let me give you a rundown of what's going on. The device in your hand is a military-grade information weapon. If you're watching it on a TV, you're watching it on a military-grade information weapon. We are in an information war, and I want you to look at it as if you take a step back, hold two phones. If you can get two phones in your hand, scroll on both of them. All right? Get the visual in your head. Just scroll. Miss everything. And realize that that's where your battleground is. The narrative is the battle, and it's taking place on the information weapon in your hand. And for the first time, we have a view of the way these people on the left really feel about us. Donald Trump and the U.S. military and patriots have made sure that we have the freedom of speech now and an uncontrolled algorithm, an unlocked, uncensored algorithm. For the most part, we are seeing stuff that we've never seen before, and the behavior of the left is one of the things that has been hidden from us. Is like they've kept a lot of this behavior under wraps by controlling the media and controlling what we see for so many decades. But now, it's on display for everyone to see, and that's what you're seeing is military grade deception, military grade rage bait. That's an important one. I want you to really think about what rage bait is, understand rage bait, and think about a military grade rage bait to provoke your enemy out into the open. Look at the comment sections across social media. It is as blatant as possible. In America's 250th anniversary, Donald Trump, 10 years in the making sure that the wrong people aren't going to be celebrating with the right people. We are the Americans that have been subverted. We are taking our country back, and that's what Donald Trump's doing. Okay, you got a lot of people saying Donald Trump's an Israeli asset. Dude, that sounds like exactly the same rhetoric as Donald Trump is a Russian asset. All right, Donald Trump has inserted himself right into the middle of the deep state, and the whole swamp apparatus has exposed him along the way. And more importantly, he is deceiving those at the top. I'm sorry if you're a little confused, but the reality is Donald Trump is in this for real. And you're witnessing that war happen on these information weapons. It's an information war. What Donald Trump is up against and has been up against, and that this is who's been attacking him, is the people that have written history for as long as we've been alive, and this started before our country was born. The people that started writing history after the British financial empire is what has been writing history in our world. The history that suits its agenda. An anti-white history. This is older than our country. Donald Trump is breaking us free from the people that have been writing history wrong for our entire lives. Actually, since before our country was born. The British financial empire has had control over the history of the world for as long as our country's been alive. They started writing it in something called the Britannica Encyclopedia, and that's what a lot of our world view has been based off of. The events that are written and the way they're written in the Britannica Encyclopedia. That's the way the news is delivered. It all supports this ecosystem of the British financial empire, and Donald Trump is breaking us free from that. That empire is what has created these information weapons, created the internet, created the surveillance state that we have. They're the ones that organized false flags like 9/11 to justify the surveillance state and to subvert our elections in the chaos of war. That's when a huge subversion of our elections, that's when the machines were installed in 2004 in mass. And it's because in the chaos of 9/11, they passed through something called the Help America Vote Act, which required machines, mail-in ballots, election procedure changes across the country. So Democrat states started complying like crazy, but then the ones that wouldn't comply, the Obama administration was suing into compliance. It was very, very controlled, and it went completely unnoticed while we were focused on war. They kept this war going, and kept subverting our elections along the way. The blue shift is what they called it in the media. Hey, when you go to bed, it's going to be a red mirage. There's going to be a red candidate, and then wake up in the morning, it's the blue shift. Don't be surprised when you see it. They started spewing this on the media back in 2013-14. This is where it gets interesting. They did the same thing in Brazil. Brazil had the same exact pattern where the media was screaming blue shift, don't expect to see results on election night. And then the vote count shifted in favor of the other candidate. It's a pattern, okay? And it comes from somewhere. Who is orchestrating on a level across the world? It's the people that control this financial empire. It's older than our country. They've done a really good job at giving us a worldview that is only, 50, 60 years old and not really thinking outside of that. But take a step back and realize, what we're really witnessing.